Hello, everyone. Welcome to Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from Apple Valley. I'm Steve. My partner, Scott, he had a family emergency Saturday afternoon, so he can't be here today. We're giving him a personal time off today. Probably not going to be here tomorrow. He'll be back in the office probably Wednesday. We'll see what happens. But here we go. Trump's lawyer in the hush money trial hands the prosecution a gift during opening statements. And this is why I think he did. Defense attorney Todd Blanche says, quote, "There's nothing wrong with trying to influence an election." Why would he say that? "It's called democracy. They put something sinister on this idea as if it's a crime," end quote. What immediately came to my mind when reading this was Comey's determination that Anthony Weiner's laptop provided nothing new to the Clintons' use of a personal server while Secretary of State, and this was like a month before the 2016 election. That's what I immediately thought of. Why is this coming up now, this weird case, when it's, 6 months before the election? 7 months? I don't know. And that she would, and Comey said that she was negligent, but not criminally. What does this have to do with hush money trial? Is Blanche trying to make a political statement during a trial? Trump did not want to have Stormy Daniels put any negative ideas into the press before the 2016 election, so he paid her cash. He made his attorney pay her from the retainer he had with the attorney. Was this Todd Blanche's idea of election influence? What a weak opening statement. I would have attacked the premise for this prosecution, which we'll discuss coming up. Prosecutors didn't fare much better. They said, quote, "This case is about a conspiracy and cover-up, an illegal conspiracy to undermine the integrity of the presidential election and then the steps that Donald Trump took to conceal that election fraud." End quote. Are we talking about the same case? Prosecutors are using conspiracy and election fraud? I'm honestly not sure how a federal election claim pertains to the state of New York. How can it ran out? The clock ran out on any misdemeanor from 2016. They're trying to zap it back to life with this federal statute. I don't know. This is so weird. This is so weird. Let me go over some of this stuff. A tabloid publisher by the name of David Pecker was retained during an August 2015 meeting with Trump and Cohen to act as eyes and ears by looking out for negative stories about Trump. Okay, I can see that. He wants to damage control, if you will, and quash anything. I'm not sure what's illegal about counter-opposition reconnaissance. That's what I call it. Just looking out eyes and ears. That's what I call it. But opposition research like Steele dossier was not illegal, although it was scandalous. Pecker, as an editor, pays for stories. Only the rights to the story. The story can either be published or quashed. Pecker paid Karen McDougal for rights to her claim she had an affair with Trump in 2006 and 2007. And he didn't publish the story, he just paid for the rights. I'll give you money. Pecker paid for rights to a story about a doorman seeking to sell a story about Trump allegedly fathering a child out of wedlock, which turned out to be false. I paid him hush money because he didn't want the negative headlines. This is opposition reconnaissance. Trump is charged with falsely recording his 2017 reimbursement of Cohen for the Daniels payment as a legal expense in his real estate company's books. Prosecutors say he did so to conceal the fact that Cohen's payment exceeded the $2,700 limit on this is a federal limit on individual campaign contributions. Okay, I'm not following the campaign contribution here. Daniels' silence, valued at $130,000, is a campaign contribution? That's a weak stretch, man. I want to go over the dizzying evolution of this case. It's like it's out of a fiction novel. It's really crazy. In 2018, Cohen pled guilty in Manhattan federal court to campaign finance violations, witnessing testifying that he had arranged hush money payments to to two women for the benefit of, at the direction of, and in coordination with Trump. Since no criminal case has ever been brought against the sitting president, the Manhattan DA decided to pursue whether the hush money payments violated New York state law. Right? Federal prosecutors were pursuing leads stemming from the Cohen probe, so Manhattan DA backed off. Several months later, federal prosecutors said in a court filing that they concluded their investigation of Trump without bringing any additional charges. So no federal charges for Trump. This is when Manhattan DA tried to subpoena Trump business and personal tax records to determine whether the hush payments were illegal campaign finance violations. Remember that back and forth that we need his tax documents. No, we need his tax No, you're not going to get it. After much legal blocking, including going to the Supreme Court, Trump turned over the tax documents in February 2021. By this time, he was no longer president. The case was alive, then dead, then alive, kind of like a zombie. The Manhattan DA resigned, and in came Alvin Bragg in November of 2022. Bragg convened a grand jury and invited Trump to testify, which was an unprecedented step. Trump declined. Normally, it's only one-sided, prosecution-sided. Defense doesn't have any say in a grand jury indictment. But they invited Trump. Trump declined. The grand jury, as we know, voted to indict Trump, and here we are. This is a ridiculous case, only intended to interfere with the 2024 election in two ways. Number one, smear Trump's name by dragging this through a criminal trial, which seeks to put him in criminal jeopardy and therefore lose votes from the middle. And two, keep him in court to prevent him from campaigning for 2024 presidential election. It's almost like a split screen, breathlessly watching the progress of dueling court cases while Trump hits the campaign trail on the weekends. Let me know what you think. Post some comments in the comments section. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.